All right, what's going on, boys and girls? We're here with a new reaction video. It's been a while since I've done one. I know the last one I did was about the Steam Deck. Ironically, this one's about the fucking Steam Deck. So, this particular title, Steam Deck is amazing, but it sucks. I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I have no idea who the hell this channel is. Something beyond the box, beyond something in the box. I don't know. They have their head in the box shoved up their ass. I don't honestly know. The point of the matter is the title is clickbaity as shit. So I'm just gonna see what homeboy here has to say, and what he says. The Steam Deck is terrible. I'm assuming it has something to do with Linux or some other garbage. So let's find out.
What's going on, guys? It's Kay from Beyond the Box, back with another video. If you guys are new here, we are giving an Oculus Quest 2 away at 20,000 subscribers. So if you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure you do so. If you want that chance to win, hit that bell so you're always alerted to all my new videos. Leave a comment and let me know you want to win the quest. We'll also be giving a PS5 away at 30,000 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. Guys, today is a very highly anticipated video. I am so happy that I'm a YouTuber because I have an excuse to buy all the new cool stuff when it comes out. I don't have to wait. The bad thing about being a YouTuber is when you buy something, you don't always get to open it until you're ready.
So, no, you don't have to buy all the cool new stuff all the time, you fucking chode. You're driving the consumerism, which therefore is driving the digital divide, which therefore is, needless waste. But anyway, get to the goddamn point of the video.
To make a video. I've had the Steam Deck in my possession for about a week or two now, and I've just been so busy I haven't been able to make a video, and I've been so excited to get this in my hands. I love playing PC games. I can't wait to try to play Call of Duty on the go with my Steam Deck. So I've been waiting to open this bad boy up. So let's just get right into it and let's
You're going to be sorely disappointed because you're taking the wrong approach to this console that happens to do PC things.
go from there. It even still has the Steam like security lock on it. How the hell do you get this open? There we go. Well, that worked. Let's see. Designed by the Valve Corporation. See what's on the back before we open it up. Okay, it requires a Wi-Fi connection and an internet stream, obviously. Minimum age 13. Okay, so if you're 12, you shouldn't be playing this. So, my first impressions of the case. This case looks really nice. It's got a little rubber band slip on the back if you want to attach that to something. Looks like it comes with a little baggie in there as well. If you have an extra battery pack or something, looks like you'd stick that in there. The case looks pretty protected. I am very happy with the case because this is an expensive product. I actually paid like $2,000 to get it really fast. It's actually
So, not only did you not do research, you want to play Call of Duty. Look at your Steam library. Even for all its flaws, look at the Steam verified stuff or the deck verified stuff before making a purchase. So therefore, you just made an uninformed purchase at a scalper price. This is the recipe for disaster. Apparently, A leads to B. This is like playing on a shitty COD game. Bad input on a microphone with somebody with an open mic, and all you hear is the shitty background noise. All you hear in the headphones is shit. Your result's gonna be shit. I can already see where this is going.
actually like MSRPing for like $600. This is the 512 gigabyte model, but we did decide to upgrade it with another internal SD card.
And might I make it clear, you're a moron for spending $2,000 on a piece of hardware. You're the reason we have scalpers, idiot.
That we're gonna put inside in just a little bit, but oh my gosh, Oh my freaking gosh. It is finally here. It is finally in my hands. Guys, I've been waiting for this for almost a year. I made my pre-order in July, as plenty of you did. The thumbsticks are incredible. Wow.
So do you know you made your pre-order in July? You spent $2,000 to get it in April or March, whatever. You couldn't wait another 3 months, and you paid $2,000. So by the time you get your other deck, which I'm assuming is either the 256 or the 512, so I'll go with the 512. So that's the one that I'm assuming you got because whatever. You have another $650 purchase there. So combined total, you spent almost $2,700 for 2 Steam Decks that are valued at $650. You, my friend, are part of the fucking problem. You want to know why GPUs are fucking $1,000+ over MSRP on some things? Idiots like you.
Wow. Comes with a little microfiber towel so you can clean the screen off when you need to. Does seem like it's going to keep your Steam Deck protected, so that is awesome. Very good quality case. Now, when it comes to the Steam Deck by itself, this thing is massive. Not too massive. I don't have any of the other like handheld PCs to compare them with, but I do have the Razer Kishi, and I also have the regular non-OLED Nintendo Switch. So you can see the size difference between these. You can see it kind of gets a little bigger as you go down, but so the regular Switch is quite smaller. Actually, the screen could practically fit the entire product itself. I'm sure the ergonomics could be a little better with this, but they did try to make it as small and as lightweight as.
I swear if I hear about the ergonomics of this fucking thing some more. So it's so big. It has so many buttons. Well, no shit. You're trying to play an RTS. You'll see why you have those trackpads. Play a 4X game. You'll see why you have the trackpads as opposed to just the thumbsticks. You'll see why you have the thumbsticks when you play third-person shooters and first-person shooters. Those back triggers, not the top ones, but the back ones. You'll see that when you have a racing game. All the inputs coordinate to different styles of games and genres that they have to incorporate into the product. So yeah, it's not going to have the ergonomics of a fucking ARM-based Switch. And when I mean ARM-based Switch, I mean the Tegra X1 or whatever the hell Nintendo used in the Switch. That was a mid-tier phone processor at best in 2015-16. You're holding a full-bore AMD system. The ergonomics, the controls, everything is totally different than the Switch on every level, from platform build, SoC, whatever you want to call it, to the control inputs and the mentality for the control inputs and the genres that they are looking for the product to play.
Possible, so I'm not mad about that. If I want to add any extra weight, I'm going to be fine doing it myself. I think the weight is nice for a product that is this big. They distributed it really evenly. That's a really good thing. And I love these thumbsticks. These are going to be perfect for Call of Duty and first-person shooters. And I love the fact that they did implement the 4 buttons on the back so I can make A, B, X, and Y whenever I need them. I'm not even probably going to be really using the buttons up here. The D-pad looks nice. It's your traditional D-pad, good for fighting games. Pretty much the same as you're gonna find on an Xbox controller. Comes with a Steam button that'll pull up Steam. Your settings menu, which you can pop up to the right, and you can mess with the settings per each game. Your start and your select button, just like on an Xbox controller. You're gonna find 2 microphones. There's little cutouts right here at the top of your screen. You probably can't see them, but those are microphones. You got the volume up and volume down rocker, a headphone jack, your speaker, your USB Type-C, and the power light right here. Speaking of which, please don't tell me you're dead. Valve, why did you guys not send this thing to me in a full charge? Come on, guys. But with that said, it does come
Valve, why didn't they send it to you with a full charge? You bought it from a scalper, you fucking moron.
Come with a power brick, and I can't exactly remember how many watts of power that this brick does output.
45
You're gonna have to
watts.
Google that and figure that out for yourself, because I can't remember. The cord seems kind of short, which is a downer, because the only charging port is at the top of the screen. So it's got a little charging light at the top so far, so that's good. We might just have to wait a second to see if it turns on. I really hope this is not a dud. Hey, we got it. It's not a dud. Nice. So this does have the anti-screen glare because I paid for the premium model. And you can kind of see how much it reflects based on seeing the Nintendo Switch. You can see my softbox is right there. And I can pretty much see myself like it's a mirror in here. Whereas you can see that lighting is a whole lot softer. Like, that's basically a mirror in comparison. So speaking about power, Valve does say this is rated between 2.5 hours to 8 hours, depending on what you're doing.
2 to 8,
Big,
moron.
difference in time. I'm not really happy about that, because the only way you're going to be able to play Call of Duty or Warzone is going to be through Battle.net, which is on Windows. So we're going to have to figure that out. So this thing does have a quad-core Gen 2 CPU and 16 gigabytes of RAM at 500 megatransfers per second. So it's a pretty fast device as well. It's got an AMD RDNA 2 graphics.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Valve is putting this out as a console with the ability to do PC type things. Its primary focus is gaming. Totally get that. But you, specifically, are a moron. I don't expect games for this. This is a Switch controller holder that I currently have to work on this when they're not meant for it. This is the same problem I had with Linus's videos and his mentality with Linux. You're expecting fucking... Take your pick. You're expecting a Wii U game to work on your fucking Switch when it's not even fucking designed for it. You're expecting a Wii U game to work on a fucking Xbox Series X when it wasn't made on it. And that's like basic research. Oh, this game's not available on this system. Durr.
Graphics card. It's pretty intuitive. It's just like the same way you would type on a PlayStation. You got the triggers on the back to help you type. Connection was successful. There we go. Speaking of triggers, the L1 and R1 are okay. I definitely like the triggers on the back of the controller. The shooting and the aim down sights button, very nice. Whether you're playing a racing game or an FPS, you're gonna be pretty happy there. Okay guys, we are finally done with the setup and we can finally check out the operating system. It's showing me all of the little different buttons and where the memory card goes, and now we're ready to play and check it out. So the select button on the right will pop up with the brightness, the audio controls. The maximum brightness this thing's going to be able to get up to is about 400 lumens. It's not extremely bright, but it's definitely going to be good enough for all your mobile gaming. You can turn the rumble on and off. I'm going to probably keep it off because it's probably going to save some battery life. Notifications, you can set it up on that button on the right. You can see your friends, settings, your battery performance. It's about 87% charged right now, and questions at the bottom if you need any help. It's a 40 watt-hour battery, and it's only going to get you between 2 and 8 hours depending on what you're doing or playing. The Nintendo Switch will get you anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, so I'm a little disappointed on the...
You're a little disappointed on a fully functional PC as far as the parts that are in it compared to something that was made for a cell phone in mind. Durr.
The battery life, I think that's the biggest complaint from everybody so far who's gotten one, is the battery life. It looks like we can go ahead and start downloading our games. It looks like some of these games aren't supported by Steam Deck. I'm sure that's going to be figured out. Very loud as well. I like how loud this system is. You don't really...
And do note, you just said these are not currently supported on Steam Deck. Your words.
You need headphones, but if you do use headphones, it also has Bluetooth built inside, so you can use your wired or wireless headphones, which is a great option by Valve. I think I've covered everything so far besides maybe the ergonomics, but I think it fits in my hands pretty well. This was made for somebody with maybe hands about the size of mine. I think the buttons on the back fit pretty well. You can customize the buttons on the back to whatever you want as well. So there's this game called Aperture Desktop that they say you should probably try the moment you get your Switch. I keep calling it a Switch. The moment you get your Steam Deck, so that way you can kind of figure out the controls and figure out how to work your device. So we're gonna try that a little bit while games are loading in the background. What an intuitive game. Cool. With that said, let's go into desktop mode really quick because I want to show you guys what I think about that. We're going to switch to the desktop by pressing the Steam button, and then we're going to load onto the side of Linux. But since I haven't talked about it yet, these pads are really cool. It feels just like an actual mouse. You can slide your finger just a little bit and the mouse will go all the way across the screen. It's pretty cool. You should be able to hold in the Steam and the X button to get an on-screen keyboard. There we go. Finally, it wasn't doing that earlier. Open up Firefox since that's the installed web browser right now. Let's get some Beyond the Box pulled up. If you guys are looking for a cool... So we can play 2160 on YouTube, but the maximum screen quality we're gonna get is 1280 by 800. That's the resolution of the screen, which is gonna be fine for all your games. With that being said, it's also not an OLED, which I'm sad about. I wish it was an OLED, that'd be nice. Okay guys, so it's been a few days since the last time I filmed the first half of this video.
If it was OLED, it'd also drive up the cost, which Valve was trying to eat the price of and get it down to that $400 base price model. So that it was more in that impulse consumer buy mentality, you know, like a console.
I had to download some games. It took a while. We got a lot of my games from the Steam library on the deck. I had a lot of issues with a lot of games. A lot of my games are not playable right now. We did not download Windows because I heard you could not switch between Linux and Windows and go back and forth unless you want to take the memory card out, which there's no point of even doing that. But if you switch from Linux to Windows, you're kind of sacrificing a lot, including the Steam OS. It just works so flawlessly and the battery life with Windows is a whole lot worse than it is with the Steam OS. Speaking of Steam OS.
Yeah, it's almost like the device was built with Linux and not Windows. It's almost like the OS is tailored to the experience, like a console. It just happens to do PC things. What don't people get about this? Yes, you can do whatever you want with the hardware. The shipping experience that they're giving Valve is, here's a console that's a handheld that happens to do some PC shit. PC gamers need to get out of this mentality where it's like, oh, PC, PC, PC. It's a gaming console at the end of the day. Some games are supported. Again, I don't expect these games that are exclusive or even potentially not exclusive, they just aren't on the system, to work on this. So when it says unsupported, it might be unsupported. Or maybe do a little research and you can probably find a thing called ProtonDB. If you really want to go down the like unsupported, I'm going to try it anyway route, go to ProtonDB, look around. Look to see look and use the deck verified interface, because if it's telling you it's unsupported, just maybe leave it the fuck alone. If you're that kind of consumer, oh, it's not on my platform, unsupported. Okay, whatever. And move on. So you overpaid. You're basically buying two of these things eventually for like $1,300 or $1,350 and change because you couldn't wait. You're an idiot. And your expectation is to play Call of Duty when you can visibly go to Steam and check for verified games to see what works. And you expect this end result to be any good for anybody.
Yes. Right now it says we have 4 hours at 87%. And you can see the battery power does fluctuate up and down. It's not really sure what battery level it wants to give us. I wanted to show you guys what it's like to actually own a deck and see what it's like to play on it. We downloaded something called IW4X, which is the modded Modern Warfare 2 client. It was kind of difficult. We used some extra add-on this in the files from the computer to the deck. Otherwise, there would have been no way to get this on the system. You think it's intuitive, and the buttons on the back definitely help. So far, like, aiming is kind of difficult. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've had better gameplays for sure. Speaking of which, I did realize that I could use Control Freak. It doesn't exactly fit perfectly, but definitely does help for the aim. You just have to make sure it stays on by not removing your thumb. It does fall off sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're loaded up now, and I'm playing on Terminal from Modern Warfare 2, and I gotta tell you, it is a surreal experience, but it is very difficult to control. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot worse than I expected when it comes to first-person shooters to control this thing. We do have the gyro pad down here to like give a little bit more precise aim, but yeah, it's still so difficult. But we are locked in right now at 60 frames per second on ultra settings, and we are getting our ass kicked right now. I did try to connect a Bluetooth controller to the deck to try to see if I could control it that way. It did not work. I'm disappointed. It's almost impossible to do good on this thing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's really freaking difficult, and I've been playing for about 2 days now. Like, you just can't control the thumbsticks very well. I play with all the settings I possibly can. This thing was still not meant for first-person shooters, which I'm really disappointed about because this is the entire reason why I bought it. I can't play worth a shit because not only is it difficult to control, but the angle is really freaking terrible. I'm trying to make sure for filming purposes that you guys can see as best as you can. So as you guys can see, I was able to load up Warzone, but unfortunately, after the Infinity Ward logo, it just turns black. Watch this. So it'll play some music, and that's all it will do. I can't get past this part. If anybody knows, leave it down in the comments so I can figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I got the game on Linux. It's working. It's just black. And I don't know how to get past it, and all it does is play music. This product is giving me so many problems. I can't tell you how many times I've had to start and restart this system again and again and again. Even now in the past 20 minutes when I've been trying to film, I've had to restart this system 3 times. There have been many times that the keyboard on the screen doesn't even pop up when you press Steam and X. So I've had to turn the system off and back on just to get the keyboard to show up so I can type. It's been really annoying, but other than that, I think it's just a software thing. They're gonna probably update it as time goes on. I cannot even get Battlefield 4 to open. I can't play more than 30 seconds of Battlefield 2042 without it turning off on me. I did play Star Wars Squadrons last night, and it played practically flawless. Actually, it did play flawless. I was really impressed. So we're currently playing at ultra settings and a max frame rate allowed, and it plays perfectly. But yeah, Star Wars Squadrons is perfect, absolutely perfect on here. It is really fun actually as well. So it's a great Steam game. It functions perfectly. It also has a VR mode. We haven't tried VR yet at all on the deck, but we will soon at some point, maybe in the next video. But yeah, this is gonna be a great game if you're on the road. The story mode will be fun. If you have Wi-Fi or some internet, the multiplayer will be great. I have no complaints about the gameplay. It works really well with the Steam Deck, and it complements it pretty well as well. I tried to open up Halo, and it just crashes the moment I press play every single time. And Insurgency Sandstorm works pretty well too. So this runs flawlessly as well. Max frames. I think this is ultra settings. No complaints here either, except it is slightly difficult to control. Oh, by the way, the back buttons for some reason don't work, but that's probably just because I haven't set them up. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's where we are at right now with the Steam Deck. It does have a lot of problems. I'm hoping
because all the games have different controller configurations. Unlike these things where you basically are locked into what you got, you can make those do whatever you want. And the reason I know this, for one particular reason, I own a Steam controller. I own 2 of them, in fact. They allow you to change profiles and button assignments and what things do. It translates the keyboard shortcuts from WSAD and all the other random nonsense to button presses instead on a controller. And you can customize it. And there are profiles that are available for you to do that, because a lot of us that have contributed back those controller configurations. So if you go to your game and you go to the Steam options and you see a thing that says controller options, or controller profile, or whatever Valve's calling it currently, you can change it. Why do I know that? Because I alternate between controllers all the time. I know that's a foreign concept to a lot of people, that, I'm not locked into this style of controller. I'm not locked into, this controller. I'm not locked into this controller. Why is X on a PlayStation controller, and it's opposite of Nintendo's, and Xbox does its own thing, etc. You're not locked into that mentality. You can make whatever you want. That's the whole spiel. This is the experience we're shipping. You can do whatever the hell you want with this piece of technology, though. You want to make it a full-blown system, make it a full-blown system. If you don't, then don't. If you want to use it as is, use it as is. PC gamers, and like I said, I'm as an example, and a FYI, I'm doing this on Linux. So let's open this up for a second. Let's get rid of you. All this crap that is currently installed all works. And you want to talk about not being able to play FPS games? PlanetSide 2 and Splitgate are currently installed for me. Both work. One has BattleEye. One has just works natively. So the lack of research on your part, the lack of understanding, the lack of using the deck verified stuff, and don't get me started, deck verified has its issues, and you expect a good result, and you overpaid. Again, you're part of that problem. That's probably why nobody can find a MSRB fucking PS5 or an MSRB fucking video card. I'm not saying people who need them shouldn't get them, but morons like you who can't wait are the reason we have scalpers.
A lot of these issues are just software related, and they're going to be ironed out in the next few months. It's still a very early window for the Steam Deck. Overall, the product is great. The software freaking sucks. And with that said, it's not going to get any better if you switch to Windows. This is what it's really like owning a Steam Deck. Everybody's been talking it up. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It is really cool, but if you're wanting to play something like first-person shooter games, you're going to be disappointed. Anything else is going to be great. You've seen Linus Tech Tips play a billion games like Forza. All those games are great, and those are perfect for the deck. But for me, I'm missing out on opportunities because, as you can see, every single game on my screen right now is like a first-person shooter. I'm not really getting as much benefit out of the system as I wanted to, but that's okay because we are giving an Oculus Quest 2 away at 20,000 subscribers, and we're giving a PS5 away at 30,000.
And I'm not saying it disqualifies your opinion that, this isn't for you. What I'm saying is the reasoning you totally even got into this and looked at it and then tried playing things like Warzone. Oh, well, Warzone is probably not working. More than likely, so either some codec issue or it's probably some stupid anti-cheat or some stupid launcher issue, which is usually the case. So there's that. As far as Battlefield, that's an Origin issue. Origin on Steam is annoying regardless of what fucking platform you're on, Windows or Linux, running it on Linux. Speaking as someone who has both an Origin account and a Steam account, what I'm saying is people like you are the problem that nobody can address because you won't use or understand or take into account what this is. This is a console that does some PC things. This is like when the PS3 was able to install on other OS and it could do some PC things, but its primary purpose was a console. And the reason Valve goes with Linux specifically is because then they're not beholden to Microsoft. For a company and as a creator, and whoever edits your video, which is probably in Premiere or, Final Cut, vertical integration matters because they control the experience. That's what matters, because then they can push the updates as fast as they want. They don't have to wait on Microsoft. That's why they went with the OS they did. It's just, this entire thing is, the Steam Deck is amazing, but it sucks. It's just clickbaity BS because you have the wrong mindset to what it actually is. It sucks for your use case if you find the controls don't work for you for games. Then yeah, it doesn't discount your take. I'm just gonna say, or maybe you suck at games that are first-person shooters. You can like games, like a genre, and still suck at them. I'll be the first to admit, I love fighting games, but I suck at fighting games. It's a novel idea. So I'm going to say, are you blaming the controller on the deck, or maybe is it you? Because like this video and this entire approach, the problem wasn't the piece of hardware. There was issues with the software. Totally understandable there. The problem was you and the expectation you gave it. If you spent the last month or 2 months watching videos because you mentioned LTT and you didn't understand what you were getting into as a tech person, as a, I don't know what the hell the rest of your channel is about. If you're doing that, that's on you, bruh. A tech person researches all their shit. We do impulse buys, yes, but generically, we're going to look at an opinion, and unless we're given a piece of hardware here, test it, we're going to research our shit, which you did not do from a hardware or a software or an expectations point of view from you. So 3 finger salute, read between them, because your approach is that, and fuck off.